Hey, what's up guys, welcome to another video. Today, we're talking about Cecil and Palom and Porom. So, without further ado, there's a lot of questions about Cecil mainly. But I still gotta review Palom and Porom as well because they're on the same banner. I know most of you guys probably care about Cecil. I know there's a lot of people questions on Reddit saying, oh, Charlotte better, is Cecil better, who knows, right? Well, we'll find that out today. Let's go ahead and first look at Palom and Porom. And it looks like they didn't really get many changes at all. They got like a Gas Wave Awaken change. Here down here. That's all they got, I believe. And their TMR got changed. Now it's 50% magic instead of 40. Because before on the JB side it was basically like Siege Sakura's TMR. It was very unoriginal. Now it's just Siege Sakura's TMR with 10% more magic, guys. Ooh. Now, instead of just being a bland rogue, now it has 70% fire resistance. So whoopee for that. Pretty much a troll unit at this point, I think. If you have CG Dark Fina, or White Lotus Fina, whatever you want to call her, you're fine. You do not need this unit. I don't think there's much to go over because she's definitely not the strongest mage in the game. She's below CG Dark Fina, which is why I said if you have her, you're fine. So there's really nothing to worry about. Unless you get her when you're trying to get Cecil, of course. Then you're in a problem. I mean, she's okay, but she's fire focused. Or they're fire focused. They only have this as their chaining move. Apologies for using the JB side only, though. Obviously, I don't have them on the global side yet, so I can't show them off. But yeah, basically they're basically their only damage is fire, and like if the boss is immune to fire or resistant to fire, then you can't even bring them along. Whereas CG Darfina, if they're immune to fire, sure, fine. Still have Earth and Dark. They're immune to the other one, then you just have the other two as well. So CG Darfina is far more versatile. She has 3 elements to choose from, whereas these only have 1, and it's just honestly not very good. And I've always said that they were not very good. And my point has been proven because they're not as strong as CG legs. So if you do end up getting them and you don't have CG legs, I guess you'll kind of struggle to find a friend unit, but maybe you'll find somebody. I mean, I don't know. They have a pretty quick way of getting quadcast, at least. But you got to be careful. You have full. I remember this specifically. That you need to have stats immunity on to get that quadcast up. And their limit burst is just really bad. I don't remember it being that bad, but now I know that it's bad. They do have some magic TDH and magic true wield, so that's a good thing. They have limit burst damage for whatever reason. It's not good. None of their abilities cost crystals, so I don't know why I still don't remember why they have so much like limit burst support. But it is what it is. And they're strong for sure, but they're just not as strong as CG legs. So I don't know what else to cover. Like, there's just a mage. It's just a fire mage with like some small amount of support, like Mirage. She has Mirage, or they have Mirage. Sorry. That's about it. So, that being said, I think we need to switch over to Cecil now because I don't think there's anything going on here. Like, I don't really see them as being top tier or anything, even though they kind of are. I just don't like units that are focused on one element only. Especially mages. Like, you expect mages to come up with more stuff because they're mages. So they're squishy, but in turn, they offer you a lot of more things. So that's the thing. Anyways, we're gonna jump over to Cecil now. So here we are with Cecil, and as you can see on the screen here, this is really what you want to build him as. Obviously not with all these. There are some STMRs in here, just ignore those. Just change them up for stuff that you have. But you want, before we go into it, this kit himself, the thing I want to bring home, and I hope you guys are listening. The main key ingredient that makes a magic tank successful, especially Cecil, is finding that balance between HP, spirit, and also resistances if you have them. So you don't need to have 30k HP. You don't need to have 2.5k spirit. You don't need to have, you know, all those stuff. The only thing that's definitely required is resistances. But you don't need to have that much HP and spirit. Just try and focus on both of them at the same time, instead of just one or the other. It's just better that way to make it meet down the middle. So he has 1.6k spirit, 21k, almost 22k HP. That's pretty good. I'd say that's pretty good, guys. I mean, I sure I could give him way more, but he doesn't need that much. So a lot of confusion, and unfortunately, my how do you use Cecil rotation thing did not reach the mainstream audience. It only reached my audience, which is fine. I appreciate you guys that watched it, but I was really hoping I was going to reach out to the mainstream audience. I'm still trying to reach out to that mainstream audience. So, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and share this video out, please. Share this video out to your people that you would like to share it to, I guess. I'm trying to reach out to a bigger audience here. So anyways. So about Cecil, Wiki looks really confusing, doesn't it? It's because they don't really put things in a correct order. So basically, I'm gonna go over this in a review style now. So he has this little thing called the dark side, where basically you use it for that turn. He gets 75% mitigation, and he switches over to the next turn to have the dark side moves. And he loses his dual cast, but he gains triple cast. He's able to triple cast certain things of that nature. Yeah, it's actually a lot better here than it is on the JP Wiki side. So basically, using this right here, that's 75% damage mitigation for one turn. You get triple cast for the next turn, and you get all these abilities that cost HP now. The main thing to look for is this, because now you can auto revive 3 targets with your triple cast. Or you could buff your resistances in your dark mode. This is all dark mode, by the way. You can only use this if you use this ability to get to the dark side. And I don't really use this too often, but it is 100 MP. And a buff as well. So you could buff, put re-raise on yourself, and also buff again. At the cost of 60% HP, which, like I said in my how to use video, you use this first, and then you heal up with your healer afterwards. He does have some chaining and things. I mean, these are not anything worth using at all. They just have some chaining at the top of the screen, but I never really used them too much. And if you want to switch back to the light side, he gets another damage mitigation for one turn, and he switches back to the light side, where he gets dual cast. With a dual cast, he's able to have these buffs for free. They don't cost any HP, obviously, because he's on the light side now. Keep in mind, you only get, like I said, you only get dual cast. So you can use this. You can use the buff. He has regular revive, which is nice. He has a heal. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I usually lead in with is typically this, or I'll use the cover first, and do this, and abuse this, because he's getting 75% mitigation for one turn, so you can keep switching between the light and the dark side and keep getting that 75% mitigation. Or if you really need it, do this and this, which is mitigate magic damage, the Lunary and Light, mitigate magic damage for all allies 75% for 2 turns, and these resistances. That's a really good thing as well. And he has tons of counters. I love his counters because he has tons of them. Right here. And right here. There's 2 ways of countering, which is really nice. And these go off a lot. Believe me, these go off a lot. He's able to do this a lot. And he also counters a lot, so you're getting a lot of Olympus crystals. Which is always a good thing, right? You always want those. Yeah, I'd say honestly, if you don't even have a magic tank, then why wouldn't you go for him, right? If you are stuck with, if you're not stuck, if you have Charlotte, in my old Cecil review, which I'm sure most of you guys did watch, because in my analytics, people are still watching my old Bahamut clear. Don't watch that. Go watch my newest one. That old Bahamut is pretty embarrassing, I think. Bahamut 2-star video. Anyways, the best thing is as well, you don't need to max this. It just increases the damage. So obviously you're not going to max Sizzle and Burst. But honestly, I feel like Cecil's far better than Charlotte because of all the things that he offers compared to her. I mean, she'll be good up to Tiamat. You can see if you go back and watch my Tiamat video, it's pretty old, but I use Charlotte for that. But then after that, Scorn of the Vines, it's a little tough for Charlotte to get through that trial because she's a little slow at that point. She doesn't have dual cast. She's not able to, do things like Cecil with triple cast re-raise, which is very useful for that trial. Believe me, on the first turn, it's really rough. So I just feel like Charlotte's just a little worse now. If you don't have any resources, obviously you don't need to worry about pulling. But for those of you who do have resources and you want to Cecil anyways, I think now is the time to go and get him. Because he is the best tank in the game. Now, switching the comparison from Charlotte to Lucas to Cecil. Lucas to Cecil, I think you'll be okay. If you just got Lucas not too long ago and you don't have any resources, I think you're good. Sure, Cecil is the best tank, but Lucas does his own thing. It's a really interesting kit with imbues and stuff, so if you have Lucas, I think you're good. If you have Charlotte, I think you might want to consider trying to go for Cecil, but it is a dual banner. You gotta be careful for that. Speaking of dual banner, if you guys want to see some pulls, you want to see my pulls for Cecil later, they'll be on my Twitch channel, so Twitch link will be down below in the video description if you want to go ahead and follow me over on Twitch. And I'll be doing pulls for Cecil at my normal time, my normal stream time, which is 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go ahead and follow me on Twitch if you want to see some Cecil pulls later. Anyways, I think we're about wrapping it up here, guys. He does have chaining, like I mentioned, but I'd never really used it. You can do it, but it's just like I'd rather just do his tanking stuff instead. Yeah. And also, the last thing I gotta mention, the immunity to Sap and Charm is very, very nice. So he's also can be a very good provoke tank. If you have the Moogle Charm, he's 100% auto-provocable, which is very nice. So guys, hope this review helped you out. If you have any questions below, feel free to say in the comment section. And don't remember to follow my Twitch channel. Don't forget to follow my Twitch channel if you want to see Cecil pulls. And I think that'll be it, guys. If you guys have any other questions, leave them down below in the comments. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. And let me know down below what results you had, or if you are planning on going for them, or if you have Lucas and you're good. If you're a new player, definitely please post down in the comment section what you're going to be doing. I want to help out the new players, or people that just are confused on what to go for. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.